know you're in the WNBA bubble. How is that and what's going on?
It's great. My internet is back and active, so I am in a wonderful state right now.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own. And David and I feel, David, they're still in great position. I know you do too. Thanks for that report. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the back. And it's Capella in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Celtics, Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward, at Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And you look at Jason Tatum, able to play either forward position. Doris, do you think his future is at the 3 or at the 4?
I think he is interchangeable at either position because his scoring can be devastating. For Jason Tatum, it's really a matter of making sure he continues to gain strength, continue to be a force and factor on the defensive end, and probably enhance his footwork around the rim a little bit.
Now here's Brown. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. And there's the call on John Collins. That's his first foul. Here's Walker. Now here's Tice. His last outing with 20 points. Walker's shot is off. Walker against Young. Feeds it to Collins. Clock at 6. Pass to Capella. And he banks in the layup.
First points of the night, and you know this is going to be a battle of matchups.
What's going to be fascinating to watch is which matchups are they willing to go exploit.
And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Tice passes to Tatum. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
What a polished scorer is Jason Tatum. Use your physical gifts and get to work.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Young taking his time here. To the middle. Banked in off the glass.
And having to respect Young's deep range defensively. Hard to close off the lane.
And the rejection by Collins. Late in the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more and more responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. And there's no greater teacher than giving NBA reps to guys who you think can be a key part of your future.
It's so fun for us as the fans and people that cover the league to get a glimpse of the future, what these teams, what these individual players could be like. Here's Tatum after the basket by DeAndre Hunter. 6 on the shot clock. Tatum's shot is off.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, Gordon Hayward will find his rhythm fast if you allow him to catch and shoot.
Young inside. Working on Walker. And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
In drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Enes Kanter's checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Tatum. Smart's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. Here's Young, following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Young outside. Dedmon kicks to Young. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Celtics trail by 3. Brown drives in. Dedmon with the block. There's 48 seconds left to play in the first.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Pass to Canner. Over in the corner, Williams. And there's the pass to Wanamaker. Fires top of the key. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. Atlanta leading by 5. Here's Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
Here's Cantor. Rebounded by the Hawks. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played. Wanamaker the pass to Smart. The shot. Wow! Unbelievable! And that does it for the first quarter. Hawks lead by 5. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break.
So as I'm sitting back there, it's like there's been a trade.
The 5th and 6th picks in the draft, both of them went on to great careers.
And draft day trades happen all the time, but being traded for your college teammate, a pick apart, that's pretty unique.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
On the court right now for the Hawks, we've got Teague. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Carter. Then it's Reddish. And it's Bembry in at the shooting guard.
I'll tell you, allow an athlete like Jaylen Brown to get this close, it's going to be finished and finished strong.
Pass to Dedmon. Teague feeling it out a bit. Back to Dedmon. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
And they're just doomed if they keep letting them post up like that.
You've got to deny the position to afford them no opportunity at making that entry pass into the post.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Here's Bembry, guarded by Smart. Reddish dishes to Dedmon. Chalk up 2 there. Dedmon's got 4 points this quarter.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league and also one of the more respected.
And Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track. Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
On the wing, Brown. He's got 6. Williams finds Williams. Back to Williams. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
You know, when Williams gets positioned inside, he just looks to dominate physically, and then he shows you the skill set on top of it.
Here's Reddish. Rebound by Williams. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 6. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Here's Brown. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Jeff Teague. And you look at Jaylen Brown, the 3rd pick back in 2016. Doris, tantalizing strength and athleticism.
Well, the absolute definition of a perfect basketball body. Excellent first step. For him, it's all about aggressiveness. Bringing those tools to bear in terms of your basketball skill.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Robert Williams. Jason Tatum comes in for Williams. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Marcus Smart. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brad Wanamaker. And Doris for Jeff Teague. He's not expected to be the scorer on this team that he once was.
And for Teague, to me, that is a blessing, as he is much better suited as a distributor of the basketball. He's got great vision, he cut down on his turnovers, and therefore his assist numbers increased.
And the Celtics looking to bounce back and make another deep playoff run.
And I think, Greg, they certainly have the talent to do it. This is a team that remains on the upswing. They have draft picks and assets. I think they are well positioned for the future.
And Walker kicks to Tatum. The tray nailed from three-point land. Tatum's got 5.
Jason Tatum is the complete package on the offensive end. He can drive it, he can get to the mid-range, and now the three-point shot.
Fernando, the pass to Hunter. Excellent D from Cantor. Celtics trail by 4. Top of the key. And it's Brown missing.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
For the Celtics, they come into this one following a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Collins against Tatum. Three-pointer. Offensive rebound. Fernando. It's a hand on it. The Celtics have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Three-pointer. Hayward. Another shot. The kick out to Tatum. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
It's 2-on-1. Pulls up for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Hawks lead by 7. 11 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Hayward from outside. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Here's Fernando. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Atlanta came ready to play. You could see the daggers in their eyes as they went on a 10. That's all for now.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. You look at Jaylen Brown, what a contribution.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, he knows they're coming for him, but he's accustomed to that kind of attention, and he's quite comfortable dealing with it.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Boston, Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Tucker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the 5.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Hunter, no one around him, can't hit the free throw line jump.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
George, what's the best combination of inside-outside basketball you see offensively now?
Well, 2 guys really come to mind immediately for me. It's Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, because both men can face up and knock down shots in a legitimate enough fashion that you've got to get out and contest those guys. But the other side of this is they can play in the post and be a legitimate back-to-the-basket force who you've got to guard with more than one guy. I mean, how exciting, Kevin, are Joel and AD to watch play?
They are thrilling. I would agree.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
Unloads. Boston, no good that time either.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them. It was an ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Capella And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Atlanta shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. First one falls for him. And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
Fires it up. And Reddish, the bucket on the assist by Carter. 6 points for Cam Reddish. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
That's a 2-pointer from Walker. And again, unable to change momentum here.
I'll tell you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Where do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum? Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
Enes Kanter's checked in for the Celtics. Smart comes in for Kemba Walker. Teague, he's checked in for Carter. Here's Bembry. He's still scoreless so far in this one. For 3. And Boston with the rebound. Williams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Smart goes in. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams.
You know, this is in part what makes Marcus Smart very dangerous, right? He can slice into the defense. He's got that remarkable speed to get where he wants.
Right side Teague. Shoots it. That one off the back iron and out. Celtics trail by 16. And here's Tatum for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Tatum's got 10 points in the game.
Boy, I love seeing Kanter distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Teague, the pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Walker's checked in for Brad Wanamaker. And here's Smart. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. And here's Tatum for 3. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Fernando can't get it to go. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. It's a 16-point game. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
The Celtics making a switch here. Hayward's checked in. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Atlanta. Pass to Fernando. We've got 33 seconds left in the third. Great D that time from Tatum.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's foul number 2 for him. Jaylen Brown's checked in for the Celtics. There's the lob to Brown. The Celtics working the ball around now. Back to Walker. Shoots the 3. No good. Shot missing. Great D that time from Teague. Bembry the pass to Fernando. Reddish with the ball. Here's Dedmon. Comes up empty down low. And so it's Atlanta with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And so in the game for the Hawks, Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. And it's Young, then it's Collins, and it's Fernando in at the 5 down low. Young drives in. Pass to Fernando. Shoots over Walker. Fernando, that's good. Fernando's got his first points of the game.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. And the out-of-bounds violation is going to be reviewed. Coach has issued the coach's challenge to get it analyzed further.
And this is the exact type of play that I think is perfect for a review. Coach's challenge or not. I mean, you seldom get into a situation where it's hard to definitively determine the out-of-bounds call.
And depending on what point in the game it is, well, it can have, Greg, a huge impact on the game. So many games coming down to just one possession. Each possession so critical. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
You know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a break that could happen regardless of the call staying the same.
Celtics trail by 16. Here's Smart. And easy 2 points on the layup.
Well, you know Marcus Smart understands how to use his body inside, and I just love how he goes right up with the shot.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul. Young with the ball. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. If you were coaching, Doris, and you could run your offense through any center in the game, and let's take guys that are playing right now because we can go back in history and the names are endless, but who would you run your offense through at that position?
Probably a guy that the casual NBA fan is not as knowledgeable about as they should be, Kevin, and that's Nikola Jokic. Now, this is a young, early 20-year-old who may be the best passer out of the post position that we've seen in a generation. Jokic is a guy who can handle the ball from three-point territory. He can take it off the window and initiate your offense. They run him like a point center, and it's appropriate because he's unselfish and gifted as a passer.
Gifted, great word to use, you're right. Herter, it's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. And here's Brown outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Young up top, guarded by Walker. Just 5 to shoot. The 3, it's deflected. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Brown.
Jason Tatum.
Clock at 2. Young's shot is off. Celtics trail by 14. From downtown, Hunter grabs the miss. Young against Walker. And Young, here we go. Kicks it out to Collins. To the inside. Young outside. Trying to find Capella. Gets it to him. Over Tatum. The Hawks again can't hit.
Well, they get it to the high percentage area, and then it all goes wrong from there.
Three-pointer. Hayward. The offensive rebound. And Tatum stays with it.
When we are talking about Jason Tatum, we're talking about a 6'11" wingspan. This is why he's so effective coming up with second chance points.
Young against Walker. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Celtics making a switch here. Brown's checked in. And a change for the Hawks. Reddish, he's checked in for Hunter. Here's Herter. Young inside. Guarded by Walker. Shots good from Young.
Just his night, guys. We saw Young do this in college. Once he gets into a rhythm, he will just put it on you.
Brown feeling it out a bit. You can't get that one to fall. And Atlanta will come the other way.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Atlanta.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
The subs came in and did their job. Those points off the bench were key to their victory.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
That's breathing a huge sigh of relief, guys. They're on their way to a win here, avoiding losing all 4 games of the season series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Clint Capella.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
Three-pointer. Herder, no good. Brown outside. The three from Tatum. Atlanta with the rebound. From deep three-point range, can't get it to fall. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. They came in here and took care of business.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
That's what I've been doing.
So I know you're big into 2K. What modes do you jump into?
Right now, my favorite is actually going to the park and playing 3v3 and also Pro-Am. A little bit more Pro-Am now because 3v3 sometimes is like not as realistic as I think 5v5 is.
So the WNBA.
A view of the Atlanta skyline. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Powell.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Fred VanVleet out there with Lowry, and it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Hawks, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the back, and it's Capella in at the 5. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred VanVleet's not the biggest, but his toughness is. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call,
You got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Does a good job of making quick reads and quick decisions off ball screens. Young always looking under control.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Back to Herter. Down low. And the dunk by Capella.
Just no chance there for the defense. Major size disadvantage. He's got no business trying to stop that slam. Just get out of the way.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Here's Anunoby. 5 to shoot. Count that one from Van Vliet.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Young against Lowry. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Even though he's an elite scoring talent, Young finds ways to involve his teammates.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by.
And plenty of Hawks fans were despondent when the team decided to rebuild, but that dejection has turned into excitement.
The team plays hard every night. They have an entertaining style, and they have a lot of young talent. It may not be long before they're a real threat in the East.
And Herter gets it to go.
Oh, my goodness. 5 straight coming out of the gate.
The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And that one is good. Lowry's got his second bucket.
And there are guys who can drive like Lowry, but not many that can shoot as well, too. That's what opens up his penetration game.
Here's Young. Again, the Hawks score.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Raptors trail by 9. Van Vliet finds Lowry. Anunoby in the corner. Siakam passes to Lowry. Toronto working the ball around now. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from 14. Van Vliet can't get it to go. The Hawks leading by 9. In the corner. Herter with it. 1:25 left in the first. And he makes that one.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Van Vliet with it. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. And so it's Young who brings it up for Atlanta. Last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
It was a sizable loss, and it was mostly due to their awful passing and ball control. They just need to use better judgment in this game.
Here's Van Vliet following the basket by Trae Young. Siakam passes to Lowry. For the 3. Anunoby, no good. Atlanta leading by 11. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Young passes to Capella. Kicks it out to Collins. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
And he's good on the 3 ball.
Defensively there, you have to account for Serge Ibaka. Counters with a 3 of his own.
Young outside. Sinks that one from the post. Young's got 11 points.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play in.
Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Atlanta. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter. And
my defense toughness.
And really, Ibaka is a seasoned veteran now, a terrific role player known for his defense.
And Ibaka knows his role and plays it well.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And for the Hawks, this has been the game they've wanted to have.
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
You've got Dwayne Dedmon, Reddish out there with Carter, then there's Teague, and it's Bembry in at the 2. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. Gasol finds Powell. Steve, when it comes to creating contact, which offensive moves can create the impression of a foul where the defensive player can do nothing about it?
I think ripping through the defender's arms is really tough for the defensive guy right now, Kevin. That's a hard move to defend if you're the defender.
Smitty, I think guys actually practice this, don't they? Ways they can kind of lure a defensive player in like that.
They do. They're strong enough now, and also they are, like you said, practicing that type of move.
Shots good by Dedmon.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. And he gets the buckets.
Finding an opportunity inside. It's a good read by Marc Gasol. He's one of our high IQ players that we have.
Reddish kicks to Teague. To the paint. Dedmon passes to Teague. The pass to Reddish. Launches it. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Here's Boucher, defended by Carter. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two players.
Knocks it loose, and so it's Atlanta with it. Atlanta leading by 16. Here's Bembry, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Dedmon kicks to Carter. Back to Dedmon. Pass to Bembry. Just 5 on the clock. Tries it from 9. Powell pulls it in. Last game for the Raptors, they picked up the W against the Jazz in Salt Lake City.
They played terrific defensively. The few cracks they showed, guys were quick to rotate and help each other out.
I love the communication, love the hustle. They came up with big stops all night.
And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year, Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time.
Back to Hollis Jefferson. Toronto working the ball around now. Can't hit that one. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Atlanta leading by 18. Davis dishes to Lowry. Good on the three-point shot. Lowry's got 7 points in the game.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Teague, the pass to Dedmon. Gasol with the steal. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. Atlanta making some changes. Collins checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Hunter comes in for Vince Carter. Young is subbed in for Jeff Teague. Fred VanVleet is checked in for the Raptors. Inside. Gasol deciding where to go with it. Lowry for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Lowry's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Raptors. The Hawks have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Young with no one around. Off target from three-point range. Raptors trail by 12. From deep, Gasol. The shot missing. And And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. They led by as many as 18 points. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played. Here's Fernando. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Fernando's got his first basket.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Lowry passes to Ibaka. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Wow, that was a nice athletic roll out of the screen. Ibaka moves with tremendous ease.
The Hawks leading by 12. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Young's shot is off.
With floor spacing at a premium, they need him to hit these shots. Made just that one in the first.
Van Vliet passes to Siakam. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first half. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And here's Collins from outside. That shot off. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Trae Young was the story in the first quarter. He had 11 points, 2 assists. Thanks for joining.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
So the Raptors 5 right now. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Lowry out there with Fred Van Vliet. And it's Anunoby in at the 3 slot. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he'd reach this level, and his determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, D.A. Great story, and thank you.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
And in recent seasons, we've seen Serge Ibaka involved in some extracurriculars. He can get a little chippy out there.
Yes, indeed. Last season, he had a 3-game suspension. Penalties can escalate for repeat offenders, something he's got to be aware of.
And the rejection by Ibaka. Raptors trail by 13, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Toronto. They're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs. And, of course, the Hawks. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And right now for the Hawks, they've got to make some changes at the end of the season. That much is clear. Not sure whether that goes for the coaches or the players or both, but something has got to change.
For me, the decision makers have a lot of tough choices to make. They also need to look in the mirror because they're the ones who assembled this team.
Trains the three-pointer.
You knew this was coming. Trae Young hitting back with the 3-ball. Give me back that momentum.
Lowry passes to Anunoby. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Tipped away and stolen by Hunter. Let's go. Kept alive.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Passes it to Anunoby. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Siakam. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Lock at 6, Hollis Jefferson. A smitty of recent players to enter the league. Which had rookie seasons that surprised you?
I think Donovan Mitchell, the way he came out of the gates. I knew Luka Doncic was good, but because I hadn't seen much film or seen him live, he surprised me. Trae Young, the way he's played from a small guard position, those are some of the guys that have surprised me. Some were high drive picks, and some were a little bit lower, but those are the three. I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Teague drives in. The dish to Dedmon. Pass to Bembry. This one for 3. Boucher with the rebound.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the deep.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
The pass to Powell. Down low. The shot's good from Gasol. Gasol's got it back down to within single digits for Toronto.
I love it. Beautiful job getting to the rim, making a play.
Teague, the pass to Dedmon. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
And here is Powell. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And out of UCLA, Norman Powell, an athletic 6'4" combo guard, said he modeled his game after Russell Westbrook.
And I can see why. He's gifted physically as well. A 6'11" wingspan, a 40-inch vertical leap. He's more of a two-guard in my opinion, and he's off to a strong start in his young career.
Reddish, he's checked in for Bembry. Now, here's Teague. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. That's to Fernando. Now, here's Dedmon, defended by Gasol. Dedmon's shot is off. Raptors trail by 9, and here's the break. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And again, Toronto no luck. One-on-one here. And the wide-open shot from Reddish. It's hauled in by the Raptors. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points. And so it's Atlanta ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're shooting the fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. And so in the game for the Hawks, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Reddish out there with Teague, and it's Capella in at the center. And it wasn't until midway through John Collins' second season at Wake Forest that he really jumps onto the NBA scouts' radar.
You're right. A 19-year-old sophomore. What he did, he led the nation in player efficiency rating. The production undeniable then and now.
Passes to Ibaka. Dishes it to Lowry. Clock at 4. Shot by post. Collins grabs the miss.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And finished off by Collins.
At Collins' size, it's impressive just how active he is, leading by example.
Here's Powell, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Herter passes to Hunter. Feeds it to Young. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Hawks lead by 15.
Incredible night for Trey. Has direct involvement in nearly every facet of this offense.
Powell for three. He can't get that one, so the Hawks will take it the other way. Capella dishes to Collins. Back to Capella. To the middle. And there's Hunter on the assist from Capella. Capella's got 3 assists tonight.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
It's Powell on the wing. And again, Toronto no up.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
And Young kicks to Collins. Now Young. Back to Collins. From 17 feet out, Capella. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Up top, Powell. Under the miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Young against Lowry. They get it back. Collins. Here's Hunter from beyond the arc and then some.
I like that. Collins playing under control, reading the floor. Nice setup there.
And stolen by Hunter. Young inside. Now recovering. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he's doing it by getting to his spots and making big shots.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Reddish comes in for Hunter. And it's Bembry in for Kevin Herter.
And just taking his frustration out on the rim, he ends a huge run by Atlanta.
Shot from the wing. Shot's good from Young. Young's got 10 points in just the second half.
Multifaceted as Trey Young may be, everything still starts with that jumper.
Here's McCall, defended by Young. Left side, Davis. Shot clock at 5. Here's McCall. The three. Buries it from three-point range. McCall has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Atlanta.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Trey Young.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in. Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
That free throw good from Young.
Some players drift in and out of the action. Trey, he's always right in the middle of things.
The three ball. And Davis can't get it to go. Young with the ball. From deep. Off on that one. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever...
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending.
Who else you got playing?
You know, I have a few girls. I have Shakita, I have Hazel, I have Alicia. Sorry, it's a lot of names. Wendy, and then on the WBA side, myself, of course, Angel McCartry, Diamond Shields, and Brittany Griner. And for me, it was like, okay, how can I empower women? Well,
and here were the Boston Celtics arriving earlier. The players with a look at it before. I love his honesty. All right, thank you, D.A. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Raptors. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. And checking out Boston, sitting directly below them, just one spot down.
And, you know, for Boston, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
Yeah, Greg, and early in the year, maybe they were catching some teams by surprise, but now everybody knows how strong they are, and they're still rolling along.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Brown and Hayward, they're the wings. Daniel Tice out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Walker in at the 1. And for the Raptors, Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Ari out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Siakam misses.
And the most improved player in the league last season, Pascal Siakam got better in every statistical category.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
And the Raptors with the ball after the basket by Boston. Lowry looking around. Just 5 to shoot. Count it from 12. And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt, the 27th pick back in 2016.
now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season. He is due for a big raise.
Moves on moves. Greg, that's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
And Siakam throws it down. For Boston, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Outside, Walker. To the inside. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. The Raptors have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Van Vliet. Some solid defense from Brown.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that, anyway.
Out to Hayward. There's the triple. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Van Vliet passes to Lowry. Pass to Siakam. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And let's take a look at Kyle Lowry's numbers. The past month has been surreal. 6th in assists, and he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
Here's Siakam, and Siakam throws it down.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
There's 1:54 left in the first quarter. Brown outside. Here's Van Vliet. Plays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, and this team depends on Lowry. I mean, so skilled at creating shots for himself or his teammates.
And Brown throws it down hard.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
Smart finds Canner. Here's Wanamaker. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. 1:02 left to play in the first quarter. Smart against Davis. And they double up Davis. Over Smart. Hollis Jefferson tips it back in.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Here's Wanamaker. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Showing his range. Smart spacing the floor.
Down low, there's Hollis Jefferson.
Oh, good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Wanamaker. No good from outside. Hollis Jefferson passes to Powell. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Yeah, and this is what you love to see. Both teams going at it, working to get to their spots and cashing in.
It's the end of the first with a tie game here. And already these offenses are clicking. And back in a moment as we'll get under. And let's listen to Pascal Siakam talking about the work ethic of his teammates.
You come in every day. Guys ain't...
And Greg, when everyone is working hard, it builds a chemistry.
And a culture. Kevin, winning teams all have it. It's not enough to be here. You want to win.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what do you guys think about the Raptors here so far in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Boston, they've got Enes Kanter, Hayward out there with Williams, then there's Smart, and it's Wanamaker in at the point guard position.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
And we've seen stars, Chris, get suspended in the playoffs for having 7 technical fouls. Should we modify that rule at all, do you think?
I think it can be tweaked if everyone agrees on it. But for me personally, I don't think that we've had enough superstar players get suspended with that rule to say let's change the number. We definitely want superstar players to play in the playoffs, to play for their fans. But we also want to keep the integrity of the game. And if technicals means I get to yell at the referee more, well, then maybe I just have to have more discipline on my end and say, wait a minute, I can't do this because it's going to hurt the team. So I'm not sure about that yet.
And too much time in the lane, they get called for the 3-second violation. Some rookies have had a very hot hand this season. These are the best three-point shooters in the NBA's freshman class. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Celtics have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Gasol. OG Anunoby comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Davis. Here's Wanamaker, guarded by Powell. Williams inside the line. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
You know, I think Williams has a terrific future. A charismatic, likable kid who can be unselfish to a fault.
And the Raptors making a change here. Siakam's checked in. Pass to VanVleet. Here's Anunoby. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist. Anunoby's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch. And with all their rangy wing defenders, the Celtics are well suited for the modern game.
Oh, yeah, they make it tough for opponents to get clean looks on the perimeter, GA, with their defense. I mean, it's a strong defensive team also because of the competitors that they possess.
And the pass to VanVleet. Here's Siakam. Powell kicks to Anunoby. Passes it to VanVleet. 6 to shoot. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And it's Williams with the ball for Boston. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Inside. Wanamaker looking over the floor.
And a moment now to look at the stats for Siakam. An amazing run for him the second half of the season. Averaging about 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
He's oozing with confidence. I mean, and it shows. Every time he steps on the floor, he expects to dominate.
And Toronto making a change here. Lowry's checked in. The Celtics also changing it up. Daniel Tice is checked in for Williams. Tatum comes in for Williams. And it's Brown in for Gordon Hayward. And here's Walker outside. Boston getting another chance here.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Now here is Lowry. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Utah.
And there was a lot he gave him on that other end of the floor. Don't forget about that. His defense was a big factor. He ended up with 3 steals. Well, that's 3 straight German League titles for Daniel Theis. I mean, before he made his NBA debut at the age of 24, he's an athletic two-way player, and he's shown he belongs.
Marcus All's checked in for OG Anunoby. And the Celtics also making a change. Enes Kanter's checked in for Brad Wanamaker. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. And he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Ibaka. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Tatum against Lowry. Tatum passes to Theis. Kanter in the corner. And the 3 off target. From deep 3-point range, and that one released in time, but no good. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Celtics.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5 in the period. And that does it for our...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Raptors trail by 5. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. And Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Anunoby in at the 3. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Fires, high post, and the jumper falls for him. Anunoby's got the first basket of the second half here for the Raptors.
And it's crucial that Anunoby knocks down that jumper, showing how skilled he is from the perimeter.
Now here's Brown, covered by Van Vliet. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Powell.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Siakam looking around. 6 on the shot clock. Van Vliet can't get it to go. Boston leading by 3. Tatum on the wing. Up again. Siakam pulls it in.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And the shot will not go from Anunoby. The Celtics have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Pass to Theis. The kick out to Brown. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter.
Ugly start. Second half, they've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Oh, what incredible precision. Brown cutting the D to pieces in his passing.
Pass to Van Vliet. Chris, of the guys you went against and played against, who would have benefited from today's style of play the most?
Oh, man, I got a few names. Billy Owens. Billy Owens, to me, was a guy like a Kevin Durant. No, he couldn't shoot like that, but he did everything on the floor for us there in Golden State. And I think in today, an open game for him where he could get going, oh, man, that would just be incredible. I also think of a guy like Detlef Schrempf. He could post up, he could pop and pick, he could shoot the ball deep, he could shoot off the dribble, finish on the break. Whatever you wanted, he could give it to you that way. And I think for both guys, that size, that sweet spot, 6'7", 6'8", but played like a little bit of a guard, those two guys come to mind.
Here's Boucher, and Boston with the rebound. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
I love Hayward's activity and anticipation, and then the precision pass.
Raptors trail by 5. Now Powell. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. "14 feet away. Good D by Williams."
Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
Nice ball movement by Boston. Williams passes to Williams. And the slam by Williams.
You know, something that Williams does so well, as soon as he has inside position, he just goes for the finish.
The pass to Boucher. Left side, Davis. Passes it to Boucher. Charity stripe shot, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. 1:19 left to play here in the third.
And some teams have fancy dinners, guest speakers, and field trips. I mean, the Celtics culture is more straightforward. It's all about the work.
Williams against Ibaka. Smart. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Smart's got the lead up to 7 now for Boston. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Boucher.
Hey, yo, right here.
Smart against Davis. To the paint. And Ibaka slams it in.
So agile. Ibaka able to quickly come up and set the screen, then quickly rolls into position for the score.
The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Celtics lead by 7.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Williams with the steal. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Hayward dishes to Williams. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
It's all clicked into place for him this quarter. He's not missed a single shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
19 seconds left in the third quarter. Lowry against Walker. The drive by Lowry. And Cantor pulls it down. It's tipped. Here's Smart. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Boston going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Walker and Smart the guard. Williams is out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Tatum in at the 3 slot. A shot by Williams, no good. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Trailing by 10. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. Walker with it. Lowry picks him up. Here's Williams. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Just such a physical player. Williams has no off switch, which is how he gets these calls.
Jaylen Brown's checked in for Boston. Well, the book, Greg, is the same for Enes Kanter as it's always been. Great score inside, but his defense leaves you wanting.
And Kevin, at this point, he is who he is. I mean, for better or worse. Kanter is still a force off the bench to give a team some post presence in their second unit, but not sure he'll ever be a player to build around.
Brown outside. Kept alive by Boston.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute tonight.
Gasol finds Siakam. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
I like that feed from Gasol. I mean, when you've got your five moving the ball like that, it lifts everybody.
Walker the pass to Brown. Back to Walker. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 4 assists now tonight.
You love how Walker just attacks the opening, feasting on any lane that D gives him.
Anunoby passes to Van Vliet. Here's Siakam. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Siakam's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, he's been as dependable as he always is. He can't do it all by himself, though.
It's Brown on the wing. Covered by Van Vliet. Shoots it up. And it's Brown missing.
He hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. It's a good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight.
The shot by Lowry, no good. Outside Williams. Walker dishes to Tatum. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Celtics lead by 12.
I mean, you see the strength of Tatum already, broad shoulder, able to make shots through contact.
Gasol finds Van Vliet. Williams against Siakam. Rebounded by the Celtics. Kanter's got 6 rebounds now in the game. The 3 from Tatum sinks the triple.
Constantly moving. Tatum is so quick. Good luck stopping that put-up.
The Raptors have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. It's stolen by Brown. Walker. Great positioning on the putback.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Boston leading by 17. Kanter with it. Now guarded by Siakam. Kanter kicks to Tatum. With the G League growing by leaps and bounds, one is now being brought to Mexico City, Chris.
I mean, first of all, let's go back to last season. Did you see how crazy those fans were in Jurassic Park in Toronto?
They love it.
Can you imagine Mexico? Oh, my God. This would be great. Mexico City, yeah. Let's bring everyone in, all the fans. And what I really love is that it's for the home fan base. So when I think of the Toronto Raptors, I think about the city of Toronto. I think about Canada and how it's theirs. And even though we're one league, that team is theirs, and they take that pride on, and it just brings so much more excitement. Can you imagine all the people in Mexico City being excited for their team? Oh, I want to be at one of the first games when that happens because I know the crowd is going to be sick. It's going to be crazy. I want to be there.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Boston.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season. And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Jaylen Brown.
Well, the biggest impact he had was with his on-the-ball defense. Such quick hands. His steals added up to a lot of extra possessions.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Raptors foul call. That's his first personal foul.
To the middle. They kick it out to Green. Stolen by Thomas.
That's what we call intelligent defense. Just put himself in a position to make a play on that kick out.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.
unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Well, awesome. I know you're also involved in Gamer.vote. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so Gamer.vote, I think it's amazing because as gamers, we make up about 133 million plus gamers in the world, right? That's a lot of people, right? And right now, with everything we're facing,
and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the Pope. Well, David, he's come a long way. Thank you. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Collins.
And one thing that has been very consistent for him the last few years, his ability to continue to deliver more and more offense. He's been doing everything that's been asked of him.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the 5. And for Atlanta, Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the center position. And the guys up front may determine, Brent, the outcome tonight. What elements make for a fantastic front court?
Well, nowadays it's about skilled front court players, guys who have the ability to not only shoot it, but also dribble handoff, make decisions with the basketball to help open up and spread up your offense for your guards and your quicker players to slash and find those gaps.
And it's Brown missing. In the corner, Herter with it. Back to Young. We play just over a minute here in the first. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Daniel Tice. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Young against Walker. 6 to shoot. Young passes to Herter. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Releases. Here's Capella. There's the pass to Collins. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
From the middle, part of Collins' game that is developing. Nice work, and that's paying off.
Walker finds Brown. Takes the three. That one, no good. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played. And Herter gets it to go.
Well, the more that Herter attacks like this, the more off balance the defense will become.
Pass to Walker. Young with the steal. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. And Herter gets it to go. Herter's got his third bucket of the night.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Tatum at the elbow. Stolen by Collins. And that one's good. Hunter.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
John Collins, an amazing young talent in this league. One of the best run and jump athletes that we have at that position. So fluid out there. Gets out in transition, and that's where this Hawks team can really show its young talent.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Young's shot is off. And it's that quick second and third jump capability for Collins, Brent, that really stands out.
It makes you really tough to box out. You understand not only where your teammate's shot might miss, but your own shot on the inside. And John Collins can read where it's coming off the rim, get to the ball, get right back up and score.
And even with the shift from Budenholzer to Pierce, the Hawks continue to rely on the three as much as any team.
No doubt about it. I think the front office still accentuating the fact that they want to find some floor spacers after that 19th pick in John Collins, a guy that can rim run and protect the middle. They wanted to go after as much shooting as they possibly could.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Here's Carter. And Cancer pulls it down.
Defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Here's Smart. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with the pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
Williams, he's checked in for the Celtics. Now here's Brown. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And just awesome speed from Brown, blasting off towards the bucket and slamming it down.
Over in the corner, Reddish. The Hawks again can't hit.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there. With nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area, that's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
Yeah, how about the bucket?
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Pass to Cantor. Outside Williams. Brown outside. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Brown's got 5 points so far.
And the three-point shot is something that Brown continues to improve upon. It's important for him to be draining these looks. And that trip played out perfectly for him.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Hawks ahead, up 5. Gordon Hayward reunited with his college coach, Brad Stevens.
Our relationship started when
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation for one of the better young coaches in our league.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Atlanta, Carter out there with Reddish. Then there's Teague, and it's Bembry in at the shooting guard position. Here's Wanamaker. Teague covering to the inside. It's stolen by Carter. And Teague, here we go. And it's slammed in by Teague.
Well, we all know that Jeff Teague is one of the quickest guys in the game. And sometimes when he picks up that much speed, he can also get up and finish.
Here's Smart. Kept alive by Boston. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Celtics with possession here. Wanamaker the pass to Brown. The putback. And another shot. Good work there as it goes. Brown's got his third basket of the night.
And love how assured Brown looks taking these shots. His mid-range game is on point. He's squaring up like that.
Outside Teague. He can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Williams. Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. Brent, talk about the length of the season. Commissioner Silver is also considering proposals to shrink the season. What do you think?
I think it'd be interesting, and I'm not sure financially how the league goes back from an 82-game season and ticket sales and revenue and television and how they kind of unwind what it is they've agreed to. But 70 games to me in terms of the competition, Kevin, in terms of the elevated play of the star players on a nightly basis, the fact that you probably get stars to appear in every game and not be sat out for load management and things like that, I think overall it'd be pretty healthy.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always. Collins against Tatum. Kicks to Smart. Elbow shot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Robert Williams. That's his first foul.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job with the box out.
Got there early, and his anticipation of that play was rewarded by that call.
Cantor checked in for Williams.
I just think anytime Trae Young finds some daylight, he starts to think about looking towards the rim.
Tatum against Collins. Hayward looking around. Clock at 6. In the corner. Tatum with it. off with the layup.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space, just clanked it.
Count it, good. And it's 7 points for Trae Young.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Well, as good as he is offensively, the challenge for Trae Young as the years go on here is to stand up defensively and shut down whoever he's guarding. Small and slender, if he can become just a little bit above average on that floor, that's a huge win for the entire team.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
Well, game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
There's 48 seconds left to play here in the half. To the paint, deflects the pass. On the basket by Jones. Jones has got 6.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
That's a 2-pointer from Walker. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And Herter gets it to go.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Smart kicks to Cantor. Tatum on the wing. Drops in the layup for 2.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
And here's Young from the arc. A shot off that time. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, a competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end up.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. On the court for the Celtics, Brown and Hayward, they're the wings. Jason Tatum is out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Walker in at the point guard. Tice passes to Hayward. Over Hunter. It's tipped.
And putting that 7'2" wingspan to good use. Hunter can be an elite defender if he keeps working at it.
Here's Herter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
They call him Red Velvet. Kevin Huerter, out of the University of Maryland, proved he can stripe it from day one. A moment here to see the numbers for Tatum. Averaging 23 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up. Fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
And Greg Herter, the 19th pick back in 2018. Sweet touch, and at 6'7". Good size at the shooting guard position.
And the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trae Young and Kevin Huerter. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
The Hawks leading by 16. And here's Young. 7 points in the game. Can't connect from short range.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Down low, Capella. What a jam!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right? So unselfish there. Young doing a good job of finding the open man.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Yeah, that's one way to get back into this game. Keep getting him the ball and let him make the shots.
Young finds Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Brown outside. Rebounded by the Hawks. Collins has got 4 rebounds in this game. Hunter dishes to Collins. Hunter the pass to Capella. Here's Herter. 9 points in the game so far. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Herter's got 12 points in the game.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
There's Walker with the 3. Collins grabs the miss. Atlanta leading by 18. Hunter kicks to Capella. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Well, we hear this all the time. Good defense beats good offense. Do you think that's true?
I don't know how defense scores. So in today's game, seeing the juggernauts and seeing what we've seen, Kevin, quite frankly, as some of the best offensive teams, not only in the last 5 years, but in the history of the league, around the Houston Rockets and what the Golden State Warriors have been able to do. It's about equipping your team defensively to be able to stop that stylistically, but certainly every coach will say it comes down to defense because that is something you can control.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A.
Love how Jeff Teague did not fear that attempt. He was amongst the trees, but it did not affect the shot.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Releases from 15. Atlanta with the rebound.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Passes to Bembry. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Taking a look at Boston. Once they completely melt down, they should be in good position for a playoff run. And, of course, there's the Hawks. They're looking to salvage what they can of the season.
And I think for the Hawks, they're going to stumble towards the finish line this season with the playoffs nowhere near a possibility.
And you have to wonder just how different this team will look next season, from players to possibly coaches, maybe every level of the organization.
The pass to Teague. Here's the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Teague's got 7.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
The 3 from Tatum. Good, and Smart gets the assist. 11 points for Jason Tatum.
A patient player. Tatum fine with taking what the defense gives him.
Teague left side. Here's Fernando. He's guarded by Williams. Teague. It's hauled in by Wanamaker. And it's Smart with the ball for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 18. Tatum on the wing. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Tatum's got 9 points now in the quarter. Here's Rudd. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Enes Kanter.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Hawks have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. So he gets them both. One second left. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's Atlanta. They lead by 18. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. You've got Reddish, also Trae Young out there, Carter out there with Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Fernando in at the 4 slot. So that's the Hawks 5. Here's Walker. Williams controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Walker against Young. It's tipped, stolen by Walker. Smart passes to Tatum. It's deflected. Pass to Fernando. Got a piece of it. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Here's what the Atlanta Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Monday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for that game against the Thunder, you know they're going to be amped up for that one. And they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Collins checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Hunter comes in for Vince Carter. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Reddish. Outside, Smart. Pass to Canner. And here's Walker outside. Rebound, Atlanta. Collins has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Huerter. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
Left side, Walker. Takes it off the glass.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
Yeah, hard to stop it there if you're the big man. That's just too good a shot and great concentration.
Now, here is Young. Pass to Huerter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Collins, that's a 2-pointer. Unable to get that one. Now the Celtics take it the other way. The pass to Canner. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Atlanta leading by 18. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
Yeah, this is not about charity, folks. That's his 4th giveaway already. He's letting his guard down out there.
Atlanta making a switch here. Capella's checked in. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Jaylen Brown comes in for Marcus Smart. Inside, back to Brown. He kicks it to Walker. Boston again missing. Action gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Out to the right wing. Capella finds Young. Fires for 3. He doesn't hit that one.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And the basket is good. 14 points for Jaylen Brown.
And you got to love how seriously Brown takes his ability to score. He has the green light to fire from just about anywhere on the court.
Young outside. High post shot. And good that time. And the Hawks lead by 18.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Hawks.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And really, after losing all 3 games to this point in the matchup, guys, they have to be happy to get a win here.
Hey, you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Trae Young.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Of course, Dirk Nowitzki spent his whole career with the Dallas Mavericks. We don't see that much anymore, do we? From the beginning to the end with one team.
No, but I think we're going to still occasionally have anomalies like we did with Reggie being in Indiana for the years of his playing career. Nate McMillan was in Seattle for his playing career, now coach of the Indiana Pacers. So there will be times where we'll have that once or twice. It's not going to happen very much, Kevin.
Not in today's
Not
NBA.
in today's game, and
Today's
not with what's at stake.
Graham with the ball. To the paint. Pass to Bembry from outside the arc. Rebounded by the Celtics. Williams looking over the floor. On the wing, Green. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Here's Herter. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
You know how they say you don't miss something until it's gone? Thankfully, the wait is over. Because it's all back. Well, with a slight twist. It's the game you love, like we've never seen it before.
A soaring CN Tower. And we've got... And the game is going global. You're right. Thank you, DA. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at Toronto. They're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs. And, of course, there's the Hawks. Right now, quite a ways down below.
And for the Raptors, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
Well, this is their goal. There's no doubt about that. For what many expected of them so far, they have not disappointed.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the back, and it's Capella in at the center position. And for the Raptors, Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Fred VanVleet out there with Lowry, and it's Ibaka in at the 5 roaming the paint.
And Toronto choosing their team name back in '94. The fans helped them narrow it down, and with dinosaurs all over the silver screen, it helped tilt things towards the Raptors.
And we all remember those early uniforms, those giant velociraptors across the front. Fortunately, they've toned it down a bit since then.
Here's Young. Following the basket by Pascal Siakam. Shot by Collins, no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And Siakam throws it down.
So fast to get out in transition. Pascal Siakam dangerous in the open floor.
Toronto, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's VanVleet. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And although he's smaller, Young willing to battle inside and shows you he can score through contact.
The Atlanta shooting their first free throw of the night.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
And the basket by Lowry.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Capella reverses. Here's Herter. The kick out to Young. Knocks down the three ball. Young's got 11.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Van Vliet with it. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. And Siakam throws it down.
Well, the wingspan of Pascal Siakam makes that dunk look easy.
Undrafted out of Wichita State, Fred Van Vliet, never the most heralded player, Doris. Well, you know, he says he bet on himself, and it's worked.
No doubt. Van Vliet's belief in himself gets him a 2-year, $18 million contract. But I think beyond that, this man, in the moments that mattered most in the playoffs, proved that Fred Van Vliet will deliver.
Now, here's Lowry. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Utah.
But it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. He also got 3 steals in that game.
Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Beyond the arc. Collins against Siakam. To the middle. Toronto working the ball around now. Just 4 to shoot. Goes back up. His first miss, now 3 of 4 from the field. Wide open. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
Puts up a 3. Good on the triple.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
In low. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
Tight little up fake there. Young using it to create contact, and we know he's a terrific free throw shooter.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Clint Capella. Carter comes in for Collins. Reddish, he's checked in for Hunter. And it's Bembry in for Kevin Huerter. Gasol. And Gasol slams it in.
A great pursuit of the basketball from Marc Gasol. One thing we know is he will rebound out of his area.
Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Trae Young. The Raptors shooting their first free throw of the game right now. Free throw drops for Gasol.
As he enters his mid-30s, Marc Gasol showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, I think he's a better all-around basketball player.
Teague dishes to Carter. 19 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Dedmon throws it down. This tug-of-war game continues.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Powell against Carter. Powell, the pass to Gasol. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
The Hawks shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. 5 seconds left in the first. Powell for 3. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Trae Young. Now a veteran in the NBA, Serge Ibaka, talked about his role.
I like to do all those little things, running up and down, blocking.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
On the court right now for the Hawks. Reddish out there with Carter. Then there's Teague. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Bembry in at the 2-guard spot. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know. And if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, "A Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole." Kevin, that's what made him, from Philly to Villanova to Toronto, to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. Doris, you graduated as your college's all-time assist leader. Talk about some of the key traits of a great playmaker.
I think historically speaking, when we think about great lead guards, Kevin, we talk about unselfishness, vision, patience. Who are the players that make their teammates better? Probably the one underrated aspect of a point guard to me, Kevin, is communication. Are you constantly looking for opportunities to communicate to your teammates, make them feel good about themselves, give them confidence? That, to me, is probably the most underrated aspect of it.
And Doris, when you played, you took such great pride in each and every one of those things.
I did. I love trying to make my teammates better. It feels great to make somebody feel good. This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Teague, the pass to Fernando. And Gasol sends it back.
This guy, the defensive anchor, Marc Gasol, twice on the pipes.
Powell, that's good. For Atlanta, they come in off a loss to New York. Teague for three. And it's Gasol with the rebound. And so Gasol will bring it up for Toronto. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Well, they came into that game looking to be physical, looking to control the boards, and they succeeded.
That control of the boards, I felt, fed their offense. There were a ton of second chances, a lot of confidence their bigs could dominate the glass. Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful protest right there. How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Teague kicks to corner. Back to Teague. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Atlanta gets it back. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Raptors with possession. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. And Davis puts it in.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, Greg, you want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Now, here's Dedmon. This game we saw him score 14. And Carter has it in the corner. Shot clock at 6. Gasol with the steal. Passes it to Powell. Finished off the break. And it's a 9-point Toronto lead.
Well, that's about court awareness. Hollis Jefferson playing very well within the confines of this offense.
And just like his brother Powell, Marc Gasol active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean. Mark doing his part, but also bringing attention to that humanitarian crisis.
The Hawks again can't hit.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Hollis Jefferson, and he can extend the lead to double digits.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Here's Toronto now. Outpacing them right now in a 15-2 run. They get it back. A second chance effort, and they pick up 2. Powell's got the lead up to 11 now for Toronto.
A really strong second quarter in terms of scoring the basketball.
Dedmon finds Teague. Back to Dedmon. Gasol with the steal. Here's Davis. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And that's now 7 points for Davis.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Atlanta making a switch here. John Collins, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Hunter comes in for Carter. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Reddish. And Trae Young subbed in for Jeff Teague. Here's Young. That's tipped.
I'll tell you, Siakam has the ability to intimidate offensive players. How about that one? Send it back.
And so it's Toronto. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the... And that does it for our...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for Toronto right now, Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet, and it's Anunoby in at the 3 slot. VanVleet can't get it to go.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And Toronto making a change here. Ibaka's checked in.
Out of Wake Forest, John Collins quickly emerging as a top-notch scorer. A tremendous finisher, and his range extends out beyond the arc.
And there's the pass to Siakam. Poked loose, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And here's a look at some numbers for him.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Just 2 to shoot. VanVleet passes it to Siakam, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Young taking his time here. It's tipped. It's stolen by Ibaka. Now here's VanVleet. Not a lot of room. Basket good. VanVleet's got his second bucket of the game to go. And players with big numbers on losing teams can be accused of empty stats. So, Greg, you take Collins's with a grain of salt?
You look at his field goal percentage, high 50s. He's not just a high usage player. He is highly efficient.
Lowry against Young. Lowry can't get it to go.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Here's Herter, covered by VanVleet with the shot. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Raptors leading by 6. And he makes good on the layup. VanVleet's got 4 points in the quarter.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Lowry against Young. Good work there as it goes.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now here's VanVleet. He's got 6. Ibaka finds VanVleet to the wing right side. 3-pointer, Lowry. Rebound, Atlanta. Collins has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Lets the 3 fly. Hunter, great positioning on the putback. Now just a 4-point Toronto lead.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
They get it again.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regrouped. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Anunoby. Norman Powell comes in for Fred VanVleet. Davis is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Pass to Davis. 5 on the clock. Shoots from the elbow. Up again, and Ibaka is right there. Ibaka's got his first points of the game.
Kev, we know this about Serge Ibaka. This guy is a strong presence on the offensive glass. If you don't check him out, you're going to get hurt.
From deep. Rebound by the Raptors. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
Fernando. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Davis drives in, and the layup's good off the glass. Davis has got 9. There's 42 seconds left in the third. Young against Davis. Young passes to Fernando. Ibaka against Collins. And stolen by Siakam. Powell, no one around him. Fernando pulls it in.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game, neither team giving ground. Raptors lead by... And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the court for Atlanta. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on Lloyd Pierce talking with his team. He wants them to work for more easy baskets in transition. He said, the moment we take possession of the ball, I want us to attack. If there's nothing there, then you can pull it back out and run the offense. Kevin?
Thank you, David. The Hawks trailing. Young drives in, and it's good. He's made 2 for every one he's missed. 10 of 15 in the contest.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And Ibaka kicks to Davis. Pulls it up. And right on target. Good. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
The kick out to Young. Outside Collins. Down low. Here's Jones. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Jones has got his first 2 points of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Count it. Good. And the Raptors lead by 1.
I'll tell you, tough first half, puts it in the rear view. The shooting percentage starting to reflect that.
Young outside, puts it up. And he overshot that one, missing. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Siakam. It's rebounded by Herter. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 4 on field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound. Raptors have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Davis finds Siakam. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. Back to Siakam. Here's Anunoby. He's guarded by Collins. Fires from the wing. Rebound by the Hawks. Collins has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Jones. Here's Hunter. Gets an open look and hits.
Well, we saw this from Hunter in the tournament. When Virginia won the championship, he was a clutch performer.
And here is Davis. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Here's Jones. Kicks it out to Collins. Back to Jones. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Anunoby. Pass to Siakam. 13 feet away. He clangs that one off the back iron and down it falls.
Pascal Siakam. Improvement, yes. Big-time player, no doubt.
Young with the ball. Now guarded by Siakam.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Stolen by Collins. Young passes to Jones. And Jones slams it home.
And what a huge sequence that could be.
Wow, a play that might come to define this game.
If anyone wants to know where the momentum turned, that may have been it right there.
Van Vliet kicks to Siakam. Out to Ibaka. Rebound by the Hawks. Passes it to Collins. Feeds to Jones. Kicks it out to Collins. Back to Jones. He hangs. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
He knocks down the clutch free throw. Kyle Lowry. He's checked in for Toronto. And so he was good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
And that's big there. Once he got the opportunity to get to the line and take the lead, you have got to convert.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Count it!
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Young against Lowry. Young passes to Jones, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And so both free throws good that time. That puts him ahead. 6 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Toronto calls timeout. They trail by 1. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
Three-pointer, Lowry. And so it's the Hawks who come out on top. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.
unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending.
Over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking with community members as well as 2K devs about NBA 2K21.
We've been asking the community members about what they're excited for with the new game.
As well as devs and asking them what we can expect. And here at 2K TV, we bring together the
It's Collinson. Yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Powell.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Right, Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Boston, Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the 5 down low.
That's what you get from a veteran playmaker. If you get open, Lowry will find you.
Count the basket. Well, Smitty, for players and teams that are out of the playoff hunt, how do they stay motivated here to go the rest of the season every night, every practice, every trip?
And I think that's when the organization, your captains, your coaches, you got to talk about being a pro. Sometimes you lose focus. You're not in the playoffs, and maybe your team that was supposed to be or not slated to be in the playoffs. You still are a professional. You have to have a professional approach.
And the 3 ball is good.
Hey, a part of being a good floor general is understanding when it's your shot to take. Nice read by Lowry.
And finished off by Brown.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here's Lowry. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Utah.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Here's McCall to the inside. Hollis Jefferson, and he's fouled pretty hard up. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now here's Powell. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game.
A lot of enthusiasm to the start of this game. So far, a perfect 4 for 4.
Tice, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Over a decade in Memphis for Marc Gasol, even played his high school basketball there. Now, a new phase.
Davis against Walker. Just 5 on the clock. And another basket for Toronto. Celtics have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Pass to Tice, 13 feet away. And it's Gasol with the rebound. And when you spend as much time in one city as Marc Gasol and mean as much as he did to the Grizzlies franchise in that city of Memphis, you know what, Smitty? It's got to be tough to move on.
I'm sure, Kevin, for both sides. Regardless of what he accomplished moving forward, his jersey is getting retired in Memphis. No question about it.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and toolset enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Smart subbed in for Brown.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
Tell you what, don't sleep on Tatum. He has some ups, and I love seeing him trying to electrify the crowd.
And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
Offensive rebound.
He liked to have that one back. That's easy money.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
How about the speed with which Tatum gets down the court? Awesome at reading the defense and then exploiting the opportunity in the open floor.
Now here's Powell. Now the pass to McCaw. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Tatum wide open. He fires one. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. And that's now 9 points for Jason Tatum. Here's Powell. Can't hit from 12. And here we go. Walker the pass to Kanter. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Well, it was the Raptors winning their last game against the Jazz in Salt Lake City.
Missed opportunity, wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
Shot's good by Walker.
A young guy with maturity, awareness, and a feel for the game. Tatum is special.
Powell for 3. No good on the last second attempt there. What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for the Boston Celtics. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him.
Just fine. You see more fans on the street.
And great to see so many different cultures and countries embrace the game.
Yes, and with players like Gasol having so much success, I think it helps give those Latino and Spanish-speaking fans a connection to the NBA.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And when you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what do you think?
Why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Boston, Williams is out there with Williams. Then it's Tatum. Then it's Marcus Smart. And it's Wanamaker in at the 1 spot. And here's Lowry. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at the Raptors. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. And, of course, there's the Celtics, right on their heels as they've got the next-best record.
And when I look at Toronto, they're not an opponent any team wants to see on their schedule. They've been producing all season long. And, guys, I don't see them slowing down anytime soon.
We figured that by this point in the season, they would have separated themselves from the pack. They've done that and more.
Again, the miss by the Celtics. Toronto's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. And it's good from the elbow. Lowry's got 5 now.
I'll tell you what, Lowry has a number of ways to beat you from the mid-range.
Inside, puts it up from 7. Here's Williams, and the rejection by Lowry. Now the Raptors moving it up. Here's Anunoby. That 3 off the mark. For the Celtics, they come into this one following a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee. Williams finds Williams. The Celtics working the ball around now. Sometimes, Smitty, you see someone make a pass and wonder, how did he even see that guy? I mean, it's amazing to me.
Yeah, I think Chris Paul leads that list. I think from a big Jokic, Trae Young is a young guy, Ben Simmons, Doncic, those guys see the floor extremely well.
Down low. Here's Wanamaker. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
You know, I think Williams has a terrific future. A charismatic, likable kid who can be unselfish to a fault.
Here's Anunoby. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists now in this one. Wanamaker, the pass to Smart. No good on the triple. Raptors leading by 4. Lowry kicks to Anunoby. It's good from long range. Anunoby's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
Williams passes to Smart. Here's Tatum. Lays it up off the glass. He's got 11.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Wanamaker's got 5 now.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
And stolen by Tatum. He's got a clear path all alone. The big dunk at the end of the break.
And how about the quick hands there by Tatum? Terrific anticipation as he comes up with that steal and able to convert that defense into offense.
A shot by Lowry, no good.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And it's all evened up.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
A quick, good shot here, and they can go 2 for 1.
Trying to squeeze out every extra possession, but they have to work fast.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Just 5 to shoot. Trying to get open as Ibaka. Lowry, good. Lowry's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And really, Larry has made his career off delivering through contact. Really one of the strongest point guards in this league.
Now Smart. Here's Wanamaker, and that would have counted, but his shot was... Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the... And that's...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last two quarters.
So for Toronto right now, Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Anunoby in at the three.
And Raptors president of basketball operations, Masai Ujiri, not just doing an amazing job in Toronto, he's also had a huge role in the growing of the game in Africa.
Growing up in Nigeria, he fell in love with the game of basketball, and he has worked his way up. Now he's given a hand back, building pathways for others to follow in his footsteps, bringing the development and leadership to the continent.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Brown feeling it out a bit. 18 feet out. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Ibaka's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Anunoby. VanVleet with it. Pass to Anunoby. To the middle. It's stolen by Tice. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Brown's got the ball, and he uses the glass on the layup. Brown's got the game tied up here for Boston.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
They get it back. Tatum kicks to Tice. Hayward passes to Brown. Lowry brings the double, and there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul. Cantor checked in for the Celtics. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. For the lead. Nice jump shot. Good. Cantor's got the lead up to 2 now for Boston.
Working over that in-between area. Defenses now have a hard time shutting that down.
Gasol finds VanVleet. Davis with it. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up with the stripe. Misses off the left iron.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
And then Brown with the dunk.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Davis kicks to Boucher. Out to the wing. There's Hollis Jefferson. Keeps it alive. And Gasol able to finish.
Marc Gasol does so many things. One of my favorite attributes, toughness and grit he brings to this team.
Launches a 3, and Cantor pulls it down. For Boston, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Celtics making a switch here. Smart's checked in. Kicks to Cantor. Brown outside. And no good. So the Raptors will take it the other way. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. To the right side. Toronto working the ball around now. Smart goes in, lays it up and banks it in.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Brown. Van Vliet kicks to Lowry. And again, Toronto no up. Celtics leading by 4. Cantor finds Tice. Back to Cantor. Lets it fly. Sweet move. Count that bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Some changes for Boston. Robert Williams is checked in for Daniel Tice. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Gordon Hayward.
Shooting for Boston, Enes Kanter.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
Van Vliet passes to Anunoby. And the Raptors miss again.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait, but you can't blame him.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Brown, good.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Raptors trail by 9. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Lowry kicks to Anunoby. Back to Lowry. Anunoby passes to Lowry. And so it's Boston. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
Stay the course. We just got to be a little bit more alert.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. So it's Toronto now. They trail by 9 points. Down is the 2 with Tatum at the 3. Enes Kanter is out there with Williams. And it's Wanamaker in at point guard. That's the Boston 5. He's looking for Williams and finds him.
An unreal athlete. Williams gets off the floor with such ease to power it down.
Outside Lowry. Here's Ibaka. Takes a 3. And the Raptors miss again.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Oh, and lately we have seen star players changing teams more often. Shorter contracts, player options. Smitty, is there any downside to any of them?
You know, I think the downside is from a fan standpoint, you get invested in a player and he's moved in like 2 or 3 years. I think it should be where if a player wants to sign a longer-term contract with the organization, that should be a rule in play. But right now with these shorter contracts and player options, there's going to always be a lot of movement.
Count that one from Van Vliet.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Now here's Walker. Covered by Van Vliet. Good on the bucket. Walker's got the lead up to 13 now for Boston.
You got to shadow Walker. His mid-range game is on point.
To the paint and stolen by Tatum. Down low. And Hayward at the stuff.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Brady lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
It's Brown with the drive and finished off by Brown.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
It's been tremendous job of play calling and execution. They just continue to increase this lead.
Now here's Van Vliet. And again, Toronto no up. Cuts off the pass. Boucher kicks to Van Vliet and taken away by Brown. Got a piece of it. It's deflected. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. It's good.
We know he can shoot it from the outside, but I love to see Mark down there on the block.
Outside Tatum. Boston, no good that time either. Raptors trail by 15. Hollis Jefferson finds Van Vliet. Over Tatum. No good from Gasol. The Celtics have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Back to Tatum. Cantor trying to free himself up.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
There's a minute 40 left in the fourth quarter. From deep. But they'll get another chance. To the inside. Boucher passes to Hollis Jefferson. Raptors moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. Van Vliet. And Boston with the rebound. Cantor's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Celtics.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jason Tatum.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer. At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
Here's Walker. Dishes to Hayward. Back to Walker. Hayward at the elbow. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
To the middle. Here's Van Vliet. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.